O Mubarak, for you is my prayer. O Mubarak, for you is my prayer. May you keep ascending success, success.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen, amma ba'd. فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله الصلاة والسلام عليك يا حبيب الله الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله. Our beloved Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said that a person who sends 50 times daily durood or salutations or salawat upon me, I will shake hand with him on the day of judgment. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Salatum wa salamun alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habib Allah. We are leaders. Some way in our life we play a leadership role. You are husband, you have wife, you have children, you are a leader. You are nigran. You are at shop, you have people working for you, you are a nigran. In factories there are nigrans. In companies there are nigrans. So you cannot get rid of nigrans if you don't like nigrans. Nigrans are everywhere. So if you can't beat them, you must join them. Isn't it that's the right way to do? Because you will find nigrans everywhere with different names. Okay, this itaat of nigran and this itaat of amir, this following of leader, does it have anything to do in Islamic teachings? It's just a feeling developed amongst people. Somehow they find that this way they can empower themselves. So they keep on focusing, follow nigran, follow amir, follow leader. Or does it have something in our deen? This is very important to understand because we must do things which are related to our deen. We must do things in which we get sawab. We must do things in which we are fulfilling an obligation which is imposed upon us by our sharia, by our deen. We should not be sitting and wasting our time and doing things which have got no sawab, no virtues, no fadail, no benefit, no sawab, no attachment with deen, with shariat. We can't do that. We can't afford to do that. We got no extra time to do that. So we'll try to understand something very important today. And that is Amir ki itaat, following of Amir, following of leader, following of nigran. In English, farma bardari, we would say obedience. Am I right? Obedience. Obedience means compliance and submission. Whilst Amir is the one who takes charge of a matter, he takes the responsibility to do something. He's in charge. Whether this matter was related to general public, for example, he becomes a ruler, prime minister, president, member of parliament, council member, councillor. He's also an amir. He's also a nigran. He's a leader. Or it might be specifically related to a group that gathered over a common issue. A group that gathered over a common issue, like you have gathered here over a common issue. You are a group. So Dawat Islami fits in this category. So the one who looks after the general affairs of Muslims is considered to be an Amir. Likewise, the one who looks after the affairs of a group structured over a common issue is considered to be an Amir as well. And the one who looks after the affairs of a group in traveling is an Amir also. Amir banate ho na jab safar karte ho. You call Amir Qafila. So Amir al-Mu'mineen, that's a Khalifa, that's a ruler. So there's Amir everywhere of different levels. Amir, Nigran, Chairman, Leader, all these words hold the same meaning. You can, okay, we have particular terminology, we say Nigran, but all these words that are being used, he's our Amir, he's our Nigran, he's our Chairman, he's our Leader, they all have the same meaning. Likewise, the word Imara, Nigrani, Chairmanship, Leadership, they have the same meaning as well. The obligation, I'm using the word obligation, so please keep that in mind. The obligation of obedience and compliance with the Amir has been proven from Quran and the Sunnah of the beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So that's why I said right in the beginning, does this thing have some connection with our deen? It's just a ritual to run an organization. So it's closely attached to our deen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Quran Kareem, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasula wa ulil amri minkum. O you who believe, obey Allah and obey the messenger and people of authority from amongst you. Obeying Allah is obligatory. Obeying Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is obligatory. And obeying the people of authority amongst you is also obligatory. And who are the people of authority? People of authority are rulers, and people of authority are those who have been appointed as leaders in your dini matters. So those who are appointed as your leaders in your dini matters, they are people of authority. So the order of Quran is to follow the people of authority. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, Man ata'ani faqad ata'a Allah. The one who followed me, indeed he has followed Allah. وَمَنْ عَصَانِي فَقَدْ عَصَى اللَّهِ. The one who has disobeyed me, indeed he has disobeyed Allah. وَمَنْ أَطَاعَ الْأَمِيرَ فَقَدْ أَطَاعَنِي. The one who followed his leader, his dini leader, his Muslim ruler, his murshid, his nigran, his amir, his leader, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, faqad atani, surely he has followed me. So this is not a joke when you come into an organization and you put a belt around your neck of submission and obedience. It's not a joke. You have committed yourself to something very big and to something very serious. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, وَمَنْ عَصَى الْأَمِيرَ فَقَدْ عَصَانِي. The one who has disobeyed the leader, indeed he has disobeyed me. So the obedience amongst Muslims become one of the natural dispositions. So this is their natural way of life, that they obey someone, they follow someone in order to stay on the track. Okay, now the question arises, why must they follow? Why can't they just stay independent and just read Quran and Hadith and carry on doing their things? Yes, there's a reason. This is because obedience and compliance are fundamental and necessary for discipline. You must have discipline. Without discipline, you cannot grow. You cannot become successful. You cannot become a global, a universal organization as Dawat Islami if you don't have discipline. And for the protection of the entity of the state, the ummah, the party and the group. So in our case, we're talking about this beautiful group of Dawat Islami. This is an entity that we are talking about. For its protection, it is necessary that we must be in a discipline, in some form of qawaid and rules and regulation. We must be regulated. There must be a driver that must be driving the vehicle in which we are sitting. So this is the discipline that's in the nature of the deen of Islam. And without this discipline, there will be disorder, and we would then destroy the very same entity for which we are striving to spread and protect, and that is Dawat Islami in our case. This compliance factor that we're talking about, this farma bardari factor that we are talking about, this itaat factor that we are talking about, is for the protection of entity for which you are striving very hard day and night. Okay, your Nigran is human being, is not an angel. Every human being makes mistakes. Sometimes he makes a judgment, and according to him the judgment is right, and according to you the judgment is wrong. Different standards, different mindsets. Allah has created people differently. They see things differently. They plan, they assess things differently. Or maybe he does have something bad in him. He got bad habits maybe. He's your Nigran and he got bad habits. He's your Nigran and his character is not good. He's your Nigran and he does not live by examples. He's your Nigran and he disappoints you. He's your Nigran. He's not welcoming. He's your Nigran. He talks bad about you. He's your Nigran. He backbites. Every sin under the sky that you can think of, maybe he got. But he has been appointed. He has been appointed. Now, since he has been appointed, you got a responsibility. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has guided us in this situation. Man ra'a min amirihi shay'an fakkarahahu. A person saw in his amir something that he hates. I want everyone to pay full attention on the words of hadith. He saw something in his amir, in his leader, in his Nigran, that he hates. And you hate things which are very bad. Things which are normal you don't hate. When it comes to hatred, it means that your leader must be doing something really bad. Then only you would hate him. So, Nabi Akram sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, Man ra'a min amirehi shay'an فَكَرَهَهُ. So what you must do, فَلْيَصْبِرْ عَلَيْهِ. You should make sabr on it. Don't go around and make charcha of it. Don't broadcast it. Don't lobby up. Don't make groups. What you need to do, I mean, your nafs will say, teach him a lesson. Your nafs will say, I'll show him what I'm capable of doing. Your nafs will say, let 10 other people know how bad the Nigran is. But what our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told us to do? Sabr karo. Because in this way, you will grow and you will become successful. And then, these are the frameen of my beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. If you want to be successful, whether we like it or we don't like it, this is the way forward. And Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, فَإِنْ فَارَقَ الْجَمَاعَةَ شِبْرًا. So if he broke away or deviated from the Jama'at, mean from the main group, if he drifted, how much? Shibran. And shibr is your hand span. Balisht jisko kehte hain na? Balisht. Your hand span. That's a shibr. Shibran. This much. One drifted from the Jama'at. From your unity, from your togetherness. Then what happens? فَمَاتَ إِلَّا مَاتَ مَيْتَةً جَاهِلِيَّةً. He died the death of Jahiliyyah. The death of Jahiliyyah was the death that was before Islam. So before Islam there was no Iman. People were worshipping. It was the time of Fatra. There were only few believers, like the parents of our beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and few others. The rest of them were idol worshippers. See how dangerous it is to destroy the unity of any dini work. Sharia does not like it at all. So he dies the death of Jahiliyyah. So look at the seriousness of this matter, that our beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam stressed on the obligation of obedience to the amirs, to the nigrans, to the extent that he considered the one who disassociates himself from the community, from the jama'ah, even by the measure of a handspan, he would have broken the pledge of Islam from his neck until he restored it. Itna bhi jo chala gaya na, उसने अपने गले से इस्लाम का पट्टा उतार दिया. It's very dangerous. Our nafs drives us to do a lot of things. Okay, there's one matter in which you will not follow your Amir. You will not follow your Nigran. I know there are many Nigrans sitting here. Even though I've said nice things which would motivate people to follow you, but they cannot follow you blindly. If you do something wrong, then they will not follow you. Wrong here means if you commit open sins, then they will not follow you. And if you invite people towards a way in which there is a sin, they will not follow you. If Nigran tries to assassinate the character of other Islamic brothers, and he motivates others to join him, if he makes groups, if he lobbies up, just because he doesn't like certain people and he wants them to be out of the way, then that's a sin. And in sin, you should not follow your Amir. In sin, you should not follow your Nigran. You must have that much understanding and brain to tell your Nigran or to tell your Amir, sir, this is wrong. I will give my life to you, but if you are asking me to do this, this is against Sharia, I'm not with you. Can you be just enough and fair enough within yourself and just think that my Allah is watching me, whose pleasure is more important to me, the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or the pleasure of one individual? As much as we are ordered to follow the Amirs and the Nigrans and the leaders, we are ordered not to follow when there is an invitation of sins. And that guidance is also there in Hadith Mubarakah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, "Alal mar'il muslimi as-sam'u wat-ta'atu," that on Muslim person there is listening and there is following. Mean there is a listening and following of Amir, of leader, of Nigran. That means he must listen. A Muslim must listen to his leader. Muslim must follow his leader. Fima ahabba wa karaha, in things that he likes and he doesn't like. So if Amir tells you do something, and if you like it, you must do. And if Amir tells you to do something and you don't like it, you must still do. But then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Illa an yu'maru bima'asiyatin," but if he is ordered to do sin, if he is ordered to do something against the law of Sharia, but mean then you don't follow. فَإِنْ أُمِرَ بِمَعَصِيَةٍ فَلَا سَمْعَ وَلَا طَاعَةَ. So if person has been ordered to do sin, if person has been ordered by his leader, by his Nigran, by his Amir to do sin, then what is the rule? فَلَا سَمْعَ وَلَا طَاعَةَ. Then don't listen and don't follow. Our deen is balanced, is clear cut. There's no issue. Everybody has to play their role. We as followers under the Nigran, it is our responsibility that we must obey him. And it is the responsibility of the Nigran that he must order us to do the right things and he must stop us from evil. Because we have given our rope around our neck in his hand. And we ordered him, sir, you lead us. And Nigran must be sensitive. There are many Nigrans here of different levels. If there are complaints, if there are things that people don't like about him, his way of talking, his dealing, whatever it is, he must not ignore and overlook. He must try to resolve. Try to make those who are angry, try to make them happy. Try to answer their questions. Maybe they are in some type of misunderstanding. Try to bring muhabba amongst them. You know, when you as a Nigran, as a big person, you go to an Islamic brother who's angry with the system, with you, with someone, he's not coming anymore. And the Nigran decides, I'll go myself alone, privately, to his house, to his place, and I'll sit with him. You have solved 90% of the problem before you open your mouth. And other 10% is about talking and removing misunderstandings. I learned this when I stayed 1.5 years in Babul Madina. Because I had the opportunity to be with Amir Ahl Sunnah day and night. And I learned a lot of things. And there I made a decision that when I'm going back to South Africa, I will go and meet every alim, every maulana, every khatib, every peer, every khanqa. I'll go meet them, I'll spend time with them, because there were issues, people were not giving us permissions to give dars in the masajid and here and there. So when I went back, I said, no, I will do that. And when I did that, normally, mostly people, they will wait for an invitation. मेरे नाम की दावत आए, उस पर लिखा हुआ वो हजरत किबला, मुफ्ती, पीर तरीकत, रहबर शरीयत, and if one title is less, then I'm not too happy. And I said, सारे title be home. And then only Hazrat comes last minute, just to show the jalwa. And then eat little bit halwa and then go. अब ये मामला है, तो मैंने थोड़ा ज़हन बदल लिया. सोबत मिली थी अमीर अहले सुन्नत की, थोड़ा काम करने का तरीका आया. I started going to the jalsa, to the ijtima, to the graduation jalsa, to 11वीं of Urs and other ulama and mashayikh and khankas without any invitation. I think at least 1 year I did that. Trust me, people would get so happy to see me coming without invitation. Okay, they do think about me that I'm one of the important members of Dawat Islami. There are many others who are bigger than me, but they do also consider me as one of them. So when they see me coming without any invitation, they'll get very happy and they thank me 100 times, well, you there. And then they become friends, and next time they'll call you. And then you must still go. And next time they'll give you a chance to speak, so you go and speak. Now they become friends, and then you say, Hazrat, we want to start dars, is it okay? Oh, most welcome. Yes, why not? You one of us, man. You are our people. You are our Dawat Islami. Trust me, I'm sharing this with you, it might motivate someone. There is no Sunni masjid in South Africa at this time which is not open for Dawat Islam. But before there were many. So Alhamdulillah, now my other Islamic brothers are doing the same thing. What I learnt and brought from Bappa Jan, and I did it and I passed it over to others, and I'm sharing with you as well. So as a Nigran, if you can do that, trust me, there is no ikhtilaf. I mean, the people that are Attaris, you have the biggest bond with them. Pir Bhai. They are the closest link to you. How can they not be part of you and part of your activities? That means there's a weakness in you. You need to remove that weakness and cut your size a little bit smaller and say, no, I'm going. I will not leave any of my Pir Bhai. I would not leave any Attari sitting angry outside and not participating in our activities. So all the Nigrans, if they can make that mind, you don't need somebody big coming and, trying, motivating this one and that one. This is our policy even. Old Islamic brothers who got busy for something, or they got some misunderstandings, or they're not coming anymore. There's a majlis for that even. To increase muhabba. To increase muhabba with our own Islamic brothers and bring them back. More the merrier. And trust me, if we do that, our izzat will increase. Those who did not respect you in the past, they now will respect you. Because they see you that you're not an arrogant person. You are humble and you are ready to sacrifice for the sake of Islam and for the sake of Sunni unity and bringing all the Islamic brothers and Attaris and Pir Bhais together. So are the Nigrans ready to do that?
Inshallah.
Really?
Inshallah.
Wish everybody can be ready. I would not ask, raise your hands. It could be difficult because you have to think a lot. It cuts you into pieces. Your nafs would never let you do that. Because you're sitting with a lot of anger for some people. So how would you do that? Inshallah, if you remember my words, if not today, maybe tomorrow, you'll be encouraged to do that. And now the Islamic brothers who boycott, because you got problem with Nigran, you boycott. Are you doing the right thing? You are equally guilty if you think that, oh, I'm not coming because of so and so Nigran said this to me, and so Zummedar said this to me, and so passed remarks on me, and so I'm not coming, so I'm boycotting. What are you boycotting? You're not boycotting the Nigran. You're boycotting your own deen. You're boycotting the work of Islam. You're boycotting the work of spreading the Sunnah of the beloved Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Shaitan and nafs, they put you in this misunderstanding and they make you feel satisfied that I'm not coming because I'm angry. So if you're not coming, then of course these opportunities that were there for you to do something are no more there. You might end up being somewhere else where you think you're doing good deeds, but in reality you're not doing good deeds. A lot of people, they boycott the masjids. Why they boycott the masjid? Oh, they got problem with the imam. Why they got the problem with the imam? Oh, he said this and that in the Jummah I don't like. Oh, I don't like this trustee, these few committee members, I don't like them. Oh, they're very arrogant. They like this, they like that. Okay, you don't like them? So now what? Now I boycott the masjid. I don't come to the masjid anymore. I read at home. And they say that proudly. They are announcing their sin. I don't go to the masjid. You don't go to the masjid. And if the masjid is within the vicinity where you live, then you are a sinner. And due to jahalat, they're not shy to tell people that I don't go to the masjid because of A, B, C, D. You can't boycott deen because you're angry with someone. You can't boycott the work of your Pir or Murshid because you're angry with someone. We say, we are dogs of Attar, we are dogs of Attar, we are dogs of Attar. Dog never leaves the door of his master. No matter how many times you hit the dog and you insult the dog, he knows this is the door of my master, and this is my refuge, and this is my shelter, and this is where I will get my spiritual food and nowhere else. So those, if they are Nigrans and if they're not doing good things, right things, they're also wrong. And those who boycott and don't come and join the work, they're also wrong. Both have to rectify if they want Dawat Islami to grow and become powerful and become mazboot. And you must know, our leader is very powerful, our Murshid is very powerful. He has set very high standards. He loves all of us. It hurts him when he hears, when he knows that some of the brothers have left his mission. He worked so hard, day and night, to give us Dawat Islami. He worked day and night. He sacrificed his youth, his life, his awlad, his wealth, everything that he had. He sacrificed to reform us. And when he hears that one or two of his murids are no more standing with him, it hurts his heart. He cries. You have no idea. Here you are just tit for tat fighting with each other. And that personality who's your spiritual father and he loves all his children, he's crying because of your disputes. So can you afford to do that? He sacrificed. 40 years ago, he was sleeping on a mat made of straws, chatai. Till today, even though his organization has become a multi-million, billion-dollar organization, he still sleeps on the chatai. He has never changed. his firmness and steadfastness and istiqamat has brought this glory and this pomp and this izzat and this respect that you and I are enjoying in this part of the world. It's not my work. It's not your work. It's his work. It's his thoughts, his ideas, his plans, his system that he has given us has brought this change that we are seeing. Who lives for Allah and for His Rasul. Who loves for Allah and for His Rasul. His eye is not on the money. His eye is on your Islah, on your improvement, on your reform. He wants all those Ashqan Rasul who are attached with him must go to Jannat with him. This is what he wants. In South Africa, when Amir Ahl Sunnat came first time, it was a shocking news. I also didn't know. I was in Durban and Amir Ahl Sunnat landed in Johannesburg. 550 kilometers distance. Phone call came from Aslam Bhai's telephone and Bappa is speaking. So, I immediately knew that Aslam Bhai till yesterday was in the country. So he has not gone to Pakistan, definitely. So that means Amir Ahl Sunnat is here. I spoke to him and the shock was such that I reversed my car and I hit into somebody's car. Normally I'm a very careful driver. I'm not a reckless driver. So, and that was a lady. Very angry, you know, ladies get very excited very quickly. And I said, I'm sorry, this is my number. I live here, this is my office. So I'm rushing somewhere, please contact me, I'll sort out your car and whatever is. And your insurance, I'll pay, you know. And she understood. She knew I'm not a person that would run away. Okay, so one accident. Excitement. I went to my house. I had a garage. Normally, I park my car in the garage. You know, you open your garage door, you take your car in. Normally, the garage door is a little bit bigger than the car. You know, 1 foot in front and 1 foot in the back is, you know, free. And that's where your car fits in. So I opened the garage and I took my car in and I went and hit the front wall of the garage. First time it's happening. Okay, that was me. And then I heard news that several other brothers did the more or less same thing. Because they're so shocked, you know. Amir Ahl Sunnat came into our country. Can't believe. Whole country excited, people running. I parked my car, told someone, take me to airport. I went and made my ticket right there. And I was in Johannesburg. And then, of course, we had the wonderful time to spend with him. And all brothers, you know, they bought the newest beds that were available in the market, you know, the best beds. And Bappa comes with his chatai. Haji Noor was with him. Haji Noor came as a khadim. So he's carrying the chatai and they're walking in. So we thought chatai, maybe they'll keep it, might read some namaz or musalla, nafil or whatever. But then later sleeping time, the order came that take the bed out. So the same chatai that he sleeps in Babul Madina, he brought to South Africa. Nice, big, comfortable beds must be out. This man of Allah sleeps on the chatai. That's your Bappa Jam. Where are you going to find this kind of people today? And then one Islamic brother, very rich, Allah blessed him. I don't think I've met to seen any that rich person here. He owns gold mines and coal mines and very big. Helicopters and aeroplanes and you name it. He came to me and he said, I want to give one big house, it's a bungalow as we say, koti, and I'll put up studio here, I'll put up library, whatever, and helicopter and plane would be standing here always. Amir Ahl-Sunnat goes to Dubai for 2 months, 3 months. Instead of going to Dubai, he must come here and we will serve him. And if he wants to go to Durban or Cape Town, then he got his own planes and his own helicopters. And I'm ready to give, put it on Amir Ahl-Sunnat's name, his family's name. He can do whatever he wants to do. All these offers. So I told him, okay, give me in writing, so I can send it to Amir Ahl-Sunnat. So he gave me in writing, and I sent it to Nigran Shura. And Nigran Shura said, okay, I will send it to Amir Ahl-Sunnat. Amir Ahl-Sunnat was in Dubai at that time. So from Nigran Shura it goes to Amir Ahl-Sunnat. And then Amir Ahl-Sunnat replied. Reply came to this Islamic brother, to this businessman. Takes his name, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Gave him a lot of du'as. Tells him कि आपकी तरफ से खत आया, उसमें आपने बड़ी करम नवाजी फरमाई. You are kind enough to offer घर भी और जहाज भी और हेलीकॉप्टर भी. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. अल्लाह आपको जज़ाए खैर दे. और फिर आखिर में जुमला लिखा कि ऐ काश कि आप मुझे जन्नत में कोई घर दिला देते. तो बस ये जुमला लिखा, बाकी उसका शुक्रिया अदा किया. तो वो शख्स ये कहता है कि यार ये वो मुरीद नहीं है, बापा का मुरीद नहीं है, वो किसी और नक्शबंदी शेख का ऑलरेडी मुरीद है. अरे यार आपके पीर साहब जो है ना, ये तो बड़े अजीब आदमी. यार यहाँ तो कोई बड़े से बड़ा पीर आए और बड़े से बड़ा फकीर आए और बड़े से बड़ा मौलाना आए, तो छोटी सी भी ऑफर हो तो वो तो 2 हाथों से ले लेते हैं. आपके पीर साहब अजीब है कि इनको जहाज ऑफर हो रहे हैं, हेलीकॉप्टर ऑफर हो रहे हैं, बंगले ऑफर हो रहे हैं, जस्ट इन वन शॉट. पर ही सेज नहीं, मुझे तो जन्नत का घर चाहिए, आपका घर नहीं चाहिए. आई वांट द हाउस इन जन्नत, नॉट दिस कोठी, नॉट दिस महल, नॉट दिस पैलेस, बंगलो. आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन दिस. अच्छा, अब वो तो उनको तो जवाब मिल गया. अब निगरान शूरा ने मुझसे कहा, ये भी मदनी फूल है, मुझसे कहा अमीरी साहब इसको छोड़ना नहीं है, इससे और काम करवाओ दावत इस्लामी के. जिसके दिल में बापा की इतनी मोहब्बत है तो बापा के लिए, बापा के मिशन के लिए काम भी तो करेगा. तो फिर मेरा ज़हन बना, तो मैं तो पहुंच गया. मैंने कहा भाई हमको जगह जगह मस्जिदें चाहिए, खासकर बिलाली इलाकों में इस्लाम फैल रहा है और हमारे पास मस्जिदें नहीं है. वी डोंट हैव मसाजिद, वी डोंट हैव सेंटर्स. तो उसने कहा अच्छा चलो पहला प्रोजेक्ट मुझे दो. We went and we saw the place, he bought the place, he built the masjid. After completing, he built a 5-star masjid and he gave us the key. बापा की शख्सियत का असर. अच्छा, असर कैसे हुआ? We gave him chance to sit Bapa in his car from Benoni to Pretoria, which is about 45 minutes drive. बस इतने में उसके दिल की दुनिया बदल गई. ये जो मुख्तलिफ इस्लामी भाइयों के साथ बिठाते हैं ना अमीर आले सुन्नत को या निगरान शूरा को, ये बड़ा अच्छा है. ये वो हजरात हैं कि वी डोंट हैव मोनोपोली ऑन देम. हमारी इजारादारी इन पर नहीं होनी चाहिए. ये वो लोग हैं कि जिसके साथ 5 मिनट बैठेंगे उस बंदे के जरिए से दावत इस्लामी को बड़ा फायदा होगा. तो बदल बदल कर इस्लामी भाइयों के साथ इन बुजुर्गों को बिठाना चाहिए। सुना, वो बिठाया ना, उसका फायदा हुआ। अब यकीन करें, ट्रस्ट मी, he has committed to build 112 mosques in Bilali areas, and he's capable of doing that. Allah blessed him with that much wealth that he can build this 112 masajid within a month. लेकिन डायरेक्शन नहीं थी। अब पीरो मुर्शिद के 45 मिनट्स की सोहबत ने वो डायरेक्शन दे दी। So inshallah, while I'm here, I'm in touch with him, I speak to him, he became close friend, and we are giving him projects. We're going to give him a lot of projects. और हमें चाहिए मस्जिदें, हमें चाहिए मराकज़, खासकर बिलालियों में हमने बहुत काम करना है। Islam is spreading very fast. That first day when we opened that masjid, and the name of the first masjid is Faizan Abu Attar. Faizan, a father of Attar, and Bapa gave that name himself to this personality and told him that when you build a masjid, keep this name, and he gave him a second name, Faizan Umme Imran. So inshallah, the next masjid that's going to be built would be Faizan Umme Imran. बापा अपने गुलामों को भी नवाजते हैं और याद रखते हैं। ये अल्लाह वाले, दुनिया में इनकी कोई दिलचस्पी नहीं, पैसे में कोई दिलचस्पी नहीं, और वही ज़हन, वही चीज वो हमारे अंदर उतारना चाहते हैं। दावत इस्लामी वालों एंड निगरानों एंड निगरानों के तहत काम करने वालों, आवर पीर इज आवर एग्जाम्पल, वो हमारे लिए मॉडल है। उनके तरीके पर हम चलेंगे तो हमें बड़ी कामयाबी मिलेगी, बड़ी इज्जत मिलेगी। पीपल, एवरी पर्सन, ट्रस्ट मी, हु सीज अस विद अमामा, विद बीएड as part of Dawat Islami, they want to see Ilyas Qadri in us. If I am moving around with the label of Dawat Islami, people don't want to see Abdul Nabi Hamidi in me. They want to see Ilyas Qadri in me. And if I'm not showing Ilyas Qadri to them, I'm disappointing them. So same goes with all of you. They want to see his character, they want to see his mahabbat, they want to see his love, they want to see his kindness, they want to see his piety, they want to see his taqwa, they want to see his caring style with other Muslims. And if we don't have that, we are far away from Piro Murshid, we are far away from Amir Ahl Sunnah. तो फिर बस एक ऐसे ही हमने लेबल लगाया हुआ है, हम घूम रहे हैं और कुछ काम हो गया तो हो गया, ना हुआ तो ना हुआ। ये जो आग की तरह काम फैलता है ना, ये उस वक्त फैलता है जब इस्लामी भाइयों के अंदर इलियास कादरी का वजूद आता है, फिर ये आग की तरह फैलता है। और ये नहीं होता तो एक रस्मी काम होता है, हाँ भाई मरकज है, हाँ है, हाँ भाई कोई है 10-12 इस्लामी भाई हैं, हाँ भाई कोई बड़े हैं अमामे वाले, हाँ 2-3 सालों में 4-5 बड़े हैं, फिर इस तरह होता है। और जब इलियास कादरी उतर जाते हैं ना, तो फिर घर घर में, गली गली में, मोहल्ले मोहल्ले में मदीने मदीने की सदा लगती है। ये चूंकि तरबियती नशिस्त है तो हमने कुछ तरबियत के हवाले से कुछ क्रिटिकल पॉइंट्स पेश कर दिए हैं, निगरानों के लिए भी, दूसरों के लिए भी। जो निगरान नहीं है, जो निगरान नहीं है तो वो पोटेंशियल निगरान है, जो पोटेंशियल निगरान है तो वो फ्यूचर निगरान है। तो लगे रहो, वाबस्ता रह शजर से उम्मीद बहार रख। दरख्त के साथ लगे रहोगे तो आज खजा है, पत्ते नहीं है, और घबराते क्यों हो? बहार आएगी ना तो पत्ते आ जाएंगे। तो आपको मौजें अच्छी लगती हैं ना दरिया की, फिर यह है कि दरिया के करीब ही रहो, कि मौज है दरिया में, बैरून दरिया कुछ नहीं। आप दरिया से निकल गए गुस्से में, हाँ बड़ा गुस्सा है मुझको। क्यों गुस्सा है? अरे निगरान ने मेरी बेइज्जती कर दी, निगरान ने इज्जत नहीं की। अच्छा ये गुस्सा है, तो आप निकल गए, आपने घर छोड़ दिया, आपने बाप छोड़ दिया, आपने बापा छोड़ दिया, आपने बापा का काम छोड़ दिया। अरे अकल है आपको? यू कांट डू दैट, यू कांट अफोर्ड टू डू दैट। घर नहीं छोड़ सकते, बाप नहीं छोड़ सकते, अपनी पहचान नहीं छोड़ सकते, दावत इस्लामी नहीं छोड़ सकते। कुछ भी हो, कुछ भी हो, दावत इस्लामी किसी के बाप की नहीं है, दावत इस्लामी हमारे बाप की है। तो जितना हक किसी दूसरे का है उतना हक मेरा भी है, तेरा भी है, इसका भी है, इसका भी है। आपको कोई दावत इस्लामी से दूर नहीं कर सकता। Nobody has the authority to tell you that दावत इस्लामी doesn't want you to work with us। हाँ वो अलग मामला है, कोई बहुत बड़ी कोई मसला हुआ और मरकज ने किसी पर किसी खास वजह से पाबंदी लगाई हो तो वो एक अलग इशू है, लेकिन मरकज ऐसे पाबंदी नहीं लगाता। कोई बहुत बड़ा ब्लंडर हुआ हो, कोई बहुत बड़ा कोई तूफान खड़ा हुआ हो और कोई बहुत बड़ा डेंजर हो, तो वो तो बहुत एक्सट्रीम सिचुएशंस में होता है, लोगों की आपस में गलत फहमियां होती हैं, उसकी वजह से ऐसा नहीं होता है। दावत इस्लामी हमारी है, दावत इस्लामी के मरकज हमारे हैं, मदरसे हमारे हैं, जामियात हमारे हैं, ये फैजान मदीना हमारे हैं। आके बैठ जाओ इत्तिकाफ में, कौन निकालेगा आपको? करो सफर काफिलों में, कौन निकालेगा आपको? मदरसतुल मदीना बरागान लगता है, आ जाओ सीखो, कौन भगाएगा आपको? अपने बच्चे भेजो मदरसों के अंदर, कौन निकालेगा उनको? तो ये नफ्स और शैतान हमको दूर करते हैं। एक दूसरे के साथ करीब होकर काम करो मोहब्बत से। इंशाअल्लाह दावत इस्लामी की दिन 11वीं रात 12वीं तरक्की हमें अपनी आंखों से नजर आएगी। हमें एक दूसरी नस्ल तक इंतजार करने की जरूरत नहीं होगी, बल्कि 2-4 सालों में हम while we are working we will see that the work of Dawat Islami is booming and rocking and happening everywhere इंशाअल्लाह। अल्लाह करम ऐसा करे तुझ पे जहां में, ए दावत इस्लामी तेरी धूम मचे। जज़ाकल्लाह। आमीन बिजाहि नबी अमीन सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम। सल्लु अलल हबीब सल्लल्लाहु तआला अलैहि।
Oh, Mubarak for you, smile.